Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Nuggets are dangerously close to a brutal realization Warriors made long ago. The Golden State Warriors are a long way removed from their 2022 NBA championship. Klay Thompson is gone, Chris Paul came and went, and they are now stuck firmly in the middle of a packed Western Conference. Among them in the West are the Denver Nuggets, who won a title the year after Golden State is. Both sides are planted right in the middle of trade rumors. December 15th just passed, marking the unofficial start to trade season, and the Warriors have already been active. They added Dennis Schroeder in a deal with the Brooklyn Nets. The Nuggets could be nexted up, but based on a recent report they may be in danger of making a terrible mistake. A mistake the Warriors would be all too familiar with. Nuggets are reportedly interested in a Jordan Poole trade, which is a mess the Warriors know all too well, according to Sam Amch and Tony Jones of The Athletic. The Nuggets could be interested in a trade for Washington Wizards guard Jordan Poole, with the NBA's trade window opening this past weekend and with the trade deadline less than 2 months away. The Nuggets are canvassing the league in pursuit of a player who can offer significant help offensively, league sources tell The Athletic. As a result, the Nuggets have either expressed interest in or have had preliminary trade discussions on the following players: Chicago's Zach LaVine, Washington's Jordan Poole, Utah's Jordan Clarkson, Atlanta's Andre Hunter, Brooklyn's Sim Johnson, and Washington's Jonas Valanciunas. Obviously their Warriors have a history with P. He was an essential part of their championship run in 2022, but things quickly disintegrated from there. From the Draymond Green incident to all the issues throughout the 2022-23 season, the guy who was once heralded as the future of the franchise was eventually offloaded to the Washington Wizards. Golden State knows how quickly things with Poole can turn sour, and the Nuggets are dangerously close to learning that lesson the hard way. Sure, P is putting up solid numbers in Washington this season, but he was doing the same in Golden State the year they won it all. Based on his track record, things can deteriorate very fast, and Denver should not want to have to deal with that. Perhaps the Nuggets could trade for P and get the title contributing version of him. The Warriors know that player well, and he was awesome, but if Denver season continues to spiral downward with Poole and Toe, they could get the version that had to be sent to Washington as a negative asset. With Draymond Green and Dennis Schroeder, Warriors are built on scrappiness. When the Golden State Warriors acquired Dennis Schroeder in a trade with the Brooklyn Nets over the weekend, they did more than just add a trusty veteran point guard to replace the injured to Anthony Melton. They also took a step towards becoming the scrappiest and grittiest team in the NBA. Draymond Green has long been known for his intensity, fearlessness and grit, which sometimes is the catalyst for championship-level success and other times crosses a few lines. Schroeder, while not really having the reputation for either the championships or the line crossing, has also been long known as a scrappy player who was never afraid to mix it up. If you think he's backing down from anyone, anything or any situation, your sole aim is taken. There's always a chance that pairing two such players together will be an oil and vinegar situation, but usually these types of players attract each other. There's a famous story of Kobe Bryant recruiting Matt Barnes to the Lakers after the two took in their fair share of tussles by saying, "Anyone crazy enough to mess with me is crazy enough to play with me." That generally seems to be the sentiment among the league's peskiest players. In the aftermath of the signing, Green had nothing but praise for his new teammates. That, combined with Mike Dunleavy Jr. saying that he got a thumbs up from Green and Steph Curry to go through with the trade, suggests that the pair should work well, and with that, the Warriors, generally known for their gorgeous motion offense and three-point shooting, are rebranding as a scrappy and gritty team. I'm not sure there's a player in the NBA who wants to be near Green or Schroeder when a loose ball is to be fought for, and if you're compiling the league's all-want back-down win of team or an all-likely to insult you to your face with the game on the line team, Green and Schroeder are probably first-teamers. That's to make no mention of second-year guard Brandon Podziemski, who has developed that reputation as well. Pods led the NBA in charges taken as a rookie and spent the preseason getting his nose broken and jumping right back into action. Despite the games being meaningless, he might not have earned the reputation or minutes as his veteran teammates, but he's certainly moving in that direction. It's a fun twos. Perhaps no player in the league epitomizes modern basketball and all its grace and fluidity like Curry. Yet Green, Schroeder and Pod MSK. Why are throwbacks to the 90s three players who would have been more than happy to suit up for the bad boy Pistons and lean a shoulder into Michael Jordan? Curry can still carry the team, but with Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant gone, a little rebranding was in order. The Dubs have been one of the better defensive team kings in the NBA all year, and now they have the gritty, scrappy, never back down attitude to match it. Warriors emerge as front-runners to land Steph Curry a new $146 million co-star. The Golden State Warriors have emerged as the front-runners to land Jimmy Butler if the Miami Heat trade the six-time NBA All-Star. Butler has a strong interest in joining Stephen Curry and the Warriors. Shams Charania of ESPN indicated on NBA Today on December 17, doubling down on his earlier report. The Suns and the Warriors are believed to be atop their list, his preferred win-now destination if the Miami Heat were to trade him, with the Rockets and Mavericks being the others. Charania said, "This is a fluid situation that will play out over the coming weeks. The Warriors have the cleanest path to trading for Butler, with different combinations of draft picks, young players such as Jonathan Kinger and Brandon Podmski, and mid-size contracts including their newest acquisition Dennis Schroeder to work around with. The Rockets have already dropped out of the Butler sweepstakes after Raphael Stone, the team's general manager, went on record that they do not plan to make significant changes to their young but ascending team. On the other hand, the Mavericks have no interest in adding another max player, as they already have two of them, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, who are also ball-dominant stars. They would need to gut their depth for Butler. Meanwhile, the Suns have limited assets. They have Bradley Beal's $50.2 million as their salary ballast, but they would need him to waive his no-trade clause. It also doesn't make sense for the Heat to replace Butler with the injury-prone Suns guard's onerous contract. B is owed $110 million over the next 2 years of this season, but is in the second season of a 3-year $1,146.4 million contract with next year a player option, according to Substack's NBA insider Mark Stein. The Warriors' interest in Butler is the strongest among the four teams mentioned as potential landing spots. League insiders continue to describe Golden State, as things currently stand, as the only team of the four most frequently mentioned as potential Butler suitors, as having an interest in the 35-year-old that could eventually lead to some substantive trade talks. Stein wrote, "The Warriors have checked in with the Heat after Butler did not get an extension in the offseason. Per Sam Amch of The Athletic, Jimmy Butler is going to be a free agent next summer. Didn't get an extension done," Amach said on the TK Show podcast on September 12. "The Warriors, as you know, have interest there, and I think probably they made a couple of calls during the summer. However, at that time the Heat were not as open as it is now in listening to offers for Butler. The Warriors have been aggressively pursuing another star to pair with Curry in a bid to extend their championship window." And you fan, what do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.